So here we are, I'm actually playing a 1.3 plane, I'm actually making a video on it. I didn't expect this to happen. Someone told me to fly the Ki-27, because well, it's kind of trolley and it's kind of funny, it's low tier, you know, get some relaxing gameplay. But I really didn't expect this plane to be as dumb as it is. Of course, it's 1.3, you're fighting people that don't have a lot of clue on what they're doing. But this plane is, like honestly, except for the guns, because the guns are absolutely atrocious. I think the only guns that are worse or on par on being as bad as they are the Italian 7 mils, because they are absolutely atrocious. Low rate of fire, low amount of ammo. Yeah, sure, you have 500 rounds per gun, but it's really not enough. Overall, at least. Like, you can't really spray, you need a lot of ammo to kill someone. And if your aim is a little bit off, and that's just, you know, you might have enough ammo for 2 or 3 kills max, mostly, unless you get good RNG and you hit a lot of shots. But you know, it's low tier. I actually got a pretty memey gameplay out of this, so I decided to give it a shot anyway. And we're gonna start right off with baiting the RE2000 straight up for me. I can roll around my own axle. He stalls out, and when someone stalls out, you know, then these guns work. But you saw that he was stalling out. I hit about every shot right there. I shot 70 rounds. Well, 62, sorry. And I barely killed him. And you can imagine if someone is rolling around, if he's trying to evade your shots, if he's not stalling out. And if your aim is not the best to boot, you can see where this is going. The ammo is just very, very limited. And I think if this plane at 2 or maybe 450 cals, this thing could be 2.0 easily. Because the guns hold it back very substantially. And you're gonna see me do this a lot in this gameplay. I'm gonna be dogfighting biplanes, because yes, you will actually be able to dogfight biplanes. And this is not because these players are new or because these players are bad. You honestly, and I mean honestly, you take a massive crap on biplanes. And not just in the turning department, you also out energy them. And you're faster than them. So they have literally zero chance. And you can see that I rolled into his loop. And he's pretty much stalling out. I'm going 300, easy kill, and it's pretty much helpless. Like, and biplanes think they can dogfight you, and most of the time they would be right. You're a monoplane, they're a biplane. They have the illusion of being able to dogfight everything. That's not a biplane, because when you dogfight another biplane and the biplane, of course, it's a bit even. But this plane, like, I just go up, I bleed my speed, and once I bleed my speed, I drop my flaps. And once these flaps come down, and you can see this, I broke off there because I was too scared to ram him. I get plenty of opportunities to shoot him. I don't need that snapshot. I won't kill him anyway because of the 7.7s. And there we go. I'm on him. I'm just gonna loop. He's gonna try to bait me up in a vertical. I'm still going 300 over here. Just keep in mind I'm 1.3. It's so dumb. And you can tell that these people aren't just getting killed because they're bad, because they're new to the game. This plane just takes a crap on everything in dogfights. I've yet to fight a single plane in this game, maybe a Chaika, but I'm kind of confident that it will win versus the Chaika as well. I've won 2v1s versus A6M2s, which we all know turn really well. 2v1 versus Ki-43s. Just pretty much everything. I've yet to actually die in a 1v1 dogfight. Of course, when you start running, like say the Heinkel 100, because they will run away from you and they will, you know, they're not very easy to hit because they're going so fast and you don't have a lot of firepower. So most of the time you start like getting 1 or 2 hits, and they can just zoom up and come back down and spray you down. I haven't died to it yet, but I mean, I've been hit and I've been bullied by them. And I got saved by a teammate, so that doesn't really count. But in general, boom and zoom planes are very effective versus this thing. But the problem is, though, it turns really well as well. So you can just stay above everyone. And you can see in the next gameplays as well as this one at the start, that I'm just above everything. It climbs really well at like low speed. I climb at around 240. You can probably even climb slower. And planes like this thing, the Heinkel 112, just have no chance. The only chance they have is that they're rather tanky, but I mostly aim roughly for the cockpit. Of course, I can't always hit everything I want to hit, but I mostly roughly aim for the cockpit, try to shoot their engine out, or the pilot, and then kill him that way, because I'm not gonna take off a wing of a Heinkel 112, and it's the same with the Junker 87s. They're very tanky, so I try to aim for the cockpit area, as I do with a lot of planes, because I still only have 7.7s. If they're 7.7s, well, the 7mm, you know which ones I mean. And I try to snipe their engines or the pilot. Of course, that does make for a lot of kill steals, or well, quote-unquote kill steals, because it's low tier. People don't really realize that people are dead. People don't really realize that people are going down, and people realize in high tiers, but there they blatantly steal for, well, the fact that they won that kill. But in low tier, a lot of people don't realize, so you get about double the people that kill steal, quote unquote. Because not everything is a kill steal, I know, but it does feel that way when you lay 400 rounds into someone's engine, he's about to go down, and then some guy dives from orbit and he crashes trying to steal it and rams him out of the air. That kind of stuff happens quite frequently, sadly. But you know, it is what it is, and you get used to it, and it's only low tier. I'm not here to try hard, I'm here to not give a single shit and just try to dogfight everyone. Most of my deaths are just, well, all of my deaths really are just me trying to dogfight 3 or 4 people at once, and then you get one shot by 7.7, because this thing is an absolute glass cannon. Like, it doesn't survive a lot. Well, like, glass cannon is more of a glass pea shooter. Like, you shoot overcooked rice that just falls apart when it touches anything. It's absolutely atrocious, and I'm gonna show you more of that on the next video, or in the next gameplay. Because, well, this game, like, I had been playing this thing for like 20 kills. No, wait, I'm lying there. I got 12 kills at this point, 3 games. And I kind of got into it, and I kind of got used to the guns. And like my aim was pretty decent over here, except for on the Junker. And I'm just getting used to it. And I got good RNG in this game. My ping isn't the worst, of course, it's 100, which is high for my like standards. But it's not too high, it's reasonable. And you're fighting in the down tier, so it's not much of a problem. When you get up tier to like 109Fs and 100s and all that kind of stuff, you know, then it gets a problem. And there you could see I was trying to tap fire him, so he might be able to start moving, but he didn't. I was trying to get him into a dogfight, so he would be slower, and he didn't react. So I decided to shoot on top of his cockpit, because I know the headpiece of the C200 doesn't have any armor, so I was just trying to headshot him from behind. And the last 2 guys are on the base right now. Well, last guy, because you've already seen the title, and of course I have to, like, you know, say that it's 8 kills. Gotta get that clickbait on. It's just for my own record. And I know it's low tier, but it's low tier, but it's a plane with like barely any guns. And I got like 8 kills with ammo left, and I didn't expect that at all. Like, I was happy with getting 2 aces at this point. And a lot of kills were getting stolen, and I was like, 5 is probably the best I'm gonna get, maybe 6. And then I got 7, and I saw that with one guy taking off. I have 180 rounds left, which is 20% pretty much of my ammo, which is, well, quite substantial at this tier. And I know it's an A5M4 out of my head. Well, at least that, yeah, the A5M4, at least that shitty ass biplane, not even a biplane, it's pretty much a shittier Ki-27. But because I do know that this plane is so weak to damage, and especially AA, I haven't been hit by it yet, but I've seen people get hit by it, and I know that in a slow Japanese plane without any armor protection whatsoever, at low tier, when you're going like 400, going over AA, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna try to get myself spotted by the biplane, or by the enemy AI, get right in front of him, dive a bit to get some speed, because I don't want to get like shot in a slow head-on, so I want to get some speed. I pulled up and he actually hits me, and for some reason the game actually counted that as a crit. And I'm trying to keep aware of where the AI is, because I don't want to ram into it. And you can see that the moment we start dogfighting, I push down my flaps, and I actually take his wing off, because I know that the A5M4 is very weak. I'm glad I killed him there, because otherwise the I-16 probably would have killed him. And that's 8 with 136 rounds left without landing. So essentially, yeah, that's a good meme. I was, I wouldn't say laughing, because I don't really do that a lot. But, you know, I was chuckling. I got 8 kills with ammo left. I found it a good meme. And I can, like, imagine that this kind of gameplay is pretty boring. But I found it a good meme, and I never see anyone cover this plane. So I thought, why not, you know. And the rest is just some highlights, some some dumb moments. So if you don't really interested in that, if you're not interested in this plane in general, then well, I'll see you in the next one. I'm probably gonna do a hunter tomorrow, just so you get some kind of jets. So you're not too bored with the low tier stuff. And you can see I'm above everyone. I can go 400 right now. I'm gonna lay off the web because your engine might actually over rev. And you see he's very slow, and I laid 120 rounds into him, and I barely set him on fire. But it doesn't matter. I can just stall all these guys out. I can keep looping up. That guy's on fire. I don't think he's a threat since he's an engine fired, so he's gonna, well, his engine's gonna turn off anyway. I think he's G-locked, so I'm just gonna shoot his cockpit, and you can tell a lot of, on the bottom right you can see pilot unconscious pretty much times 2, because that's just how it's gonna be with this plane. You wanna get either the wing tip, the engine, the fuel tank, or the pilot. I advise you to go for the engine on the pilot, because, well, when you shoot the center of mass, because that's something I like to do. I like to shoot on the engine. So when I underlead a little bit, what happens is I hit the pilot, and when I shoot correctly, I will hit the engine. So that's a good line of taking out planes with low caliber guns. But of course you do need some decent aim. And you know, like this, I'm going 200, and look at how slowly I'm losing speed here. Like, I'm not losing a lot of speed, because this plane is an absolute helicopter. I'm not using my flaps here because I don't want to lose more speed, because that's all it's gonna do. I don't need the flaps right there. But this thing is a helicopter, as you can see. It doesn't weigh anything, which is probably also the reason why it turns so well. I think I killed his cables here because he's diving straight down, and he's just gonna bail out. I managed to kill another bomber in the end, but that's like very boring gameplay. And 2 Ki-43s, not the worst planes, it's actually pretty good planes. And they're in a 2-man squad. So they're quote unquote coordinating with each other. I just go up, I loop over instantly, crit the first guy, switch to the second, they're both stalling out, shoot his pilot out, and that's pretty much 2 dead. And now I have to finish him, which is the problem with this plane, because, well, the gun doesn't do piss. And I think it's especially the Ki-43s, which I really struggle killing. Like, they just don't want to die. It's very annoying, but you know, it works. They don't really have any chance of getting you, and you can see that the compression is quite annoying. But this plane favors low speed, and you want to get everyone as slow as you can, so you can hit as much rounds as you can. Because the faster they go, the more you hit, the more you compress. It's just a waste of ammo at that point. But I was trying to think of the footage right here, so I really wanted to get the 2-man, or just, you know, get a 2-piece on a 2-man squad. And here I thought, oh, now you're dead, but no, more hits. I think it was an upgraded crew, because one of the guys was, I think, level 70. So he probably didn't get instantly killed by a 7.7, as those things go. I'm just gonna extend away for a bit there. And this is another game, same map, so don't get confused. This is a 4-man squad, so I decided to seek them out. Yes, it's like a bit of focus, but I think when you're alone focusing 4 people, it's allowed. It's not the other way around, where you get 4-manned and you just get swarmed. No, I was the swarm here. Like, and they're just hurricanes, but I didn't know that beforehand, so I was looking for 4 dots together, and I found them. Maybe it's a bit mean, because the Ki-27 is actually faster than the hurricane, I believe. And you completely outturn them, outclimb them, you pretty much outdo them everything. Maybe they climb, no, they die faster, but I'm not too sure. I'm not really at home at low tier, as you might imagine, because I've really never played these things. Overspeeding at 540. Pretty good meme. And here comes the rest of their squad. Like, I beamed one of them. I think one of them gonna compress, so I'm gonna lay on or stay on the one of the hurricanes a bit longer. I see the P400, I'm not too scared of that one, and I see 2 hurricanes, and I believe that the other guy is, I think the other one was a hurricane as well. I'm not too sure if that Heinkel 112 was, no, the Heinkel 112 was not in the squad. It's 3 hurricanes and a P400. I keep an eye on the radar on the top right. I know that the hurricane is overshot because I can hear that. I'm trying to kill this guy as fast as I can, and I don't see any engine smoke yet, so I don't think he's gonna die anytime soon. But then it says lost tail control and he goes into the ground. The other hurricane that's not engaging me right now, the one that's trying to fly away from me, however, it does have a bit of engine damage, and you can see how slow he is. Like, a hurricane is slow on its own, but you can see the puff of smoke. and that's a good indication of that it's not an oil leak. Like when you see the little puffs, like the puff, puff, puff smoke, the black smoke, then it's not an oil leak, then its engine is damaged. When you see the stream of smoke, it's either a fire or it's an oil leak, which isn't like instant damage. When you see the little puffs, you know that he at least has an orange engine, so you can probably out energy him. I'm trying to make him move because I'm gonna outclimb this guy quite substantially in a bit. He does have a bit more energy, so it takes a bit for me to catch him. He's gonna run away now, and I can't really blame him because you can't dogfight this thing. And I just killed 2 of his buddies, made 1 crash, I made 2 crashes actually. So I can imagine that at this point he's a bit scared of this plane. I would be too. If I see some guy like 4v1 my squad, then I would be scared of that plane. I'd be running away. At this point I'm just trying to make him move, but he really wants to go towards his AA. I'm catching him, so I'm just gonna stay off the gun for a little bit. Get a bit more less separation in. He's trying to rudder kick now. I'm gonna shoot above him here because I was expecting him to pull up, but he went right into the ground. And you might think, why would you put in a takeoff? Well, this guy tried to team kill me, and I'm gonna show you that you might want to try to kill this thing after spawn protection, because if you don't wait, oh boy, are you in for a world of hurt. Drop my flaps, and I'm just gonna energy trap this guy completely. You know, he has no chance. I'm gonna pretend to roll back into his guns, but he just stalls out, and I'm just gonna keep pulling up. I'm still going 150. I'll loop over, and goodbye. I don't condone team killing, but don't try to shoot me as I'm taking off. Like, if you tap your guns once, sure, but if you start spraying me down and you don't say sorry, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's not my problem, don't shoot me. A lot of people team kill at low tier as well, so I'm not gonna take the risk of getting killed. I find that a bit rude. Just don't do it. Like the fact that I can look around while dogfighting Ki-43 and just get it behind him easily, while losing track of him for a second. That was my absolutely potato aim. I'm just gonna loop over, and you can tell right here that he is just... I don't have flaps here, by the way. Like, and the flaps give it so much lift. They rip quite fast though, so that's a bit annoying. But you know, you don't have to go fast, so it's not a problem at all. And the other guy was just running away, he didn't move. I think it went AFK as I killed him, so I'm not gonna record that. I'm just gonna record another dogfight with a biplane. Because we all know that the Ki-27 is quite the helicopter, and he's trying to pitch up with me. He's trying to play it vertical, and he just falls out of the air. What a surprise. Goodbye. Biplanes, by the way. Yeah, this plane is a good meme. I'm really enjoying it. But the guns are a bit of a problem, and it's a bit annoying. But you know, it's low tier. And of course, what would be low tier without getting fully up tier? And we are at a 2.3 match. The planes at this tier are a lot more tanky, they're a lot more durable. And they're a lot more just in general. People have more crew points, people have stronger pilots. Everything is stronger, so these guns, you're really gonna start feeling them. What I did right there was I'm gonna zoom over the first guy, because I know there's 2 more behind him. So if I stall the first guy out and go straight up, this guy could have easily just prop hung me. If that's proper English, I don't know. You tell me. And I'm gonna switch targets, because you can like keep switching targets in this thing, and you never really run out of energy. Like even in a 4v1. But the problem is when people actually start coordinating, because that's how I died another day. Granted, I did get like 1 shot on fire in the head on by like a 7 mil from an Italian plane. I was like, come on, really, bro? But you know, it's fine. It's low tier. I'm not here trying to try hard, but it's just a fun meme. But you can see that these people just don't die, and this is something that you have to keep in mind. Like if your aim isn't the best, and even if your aim is the best of the world, if you don't miss any shots whatsoever, you won't be killing a lot of stuff, especially in these up tiers. But you can easily see as well that I can effortlessly just roll around as the 0. And I get like a few hits in, and then I have to break off because I know there's another guy coming in from behind. I'm putting priority on the 0 because he is the biggest threat at this point. He can easily turn with me. Or well, not with me, but he can easily get guns on me when I turn fight someone else. And the 109s I can easily, you know, juke the shots. You know, I'm just gonna let this play out. If you do enjoy some low tier, I might do another video on the Ki-27, the 1.7 Chinese prop. I think like no one really covers these low tier planes, and when they do, it's mostly just as a meme video. But I do want to showcase some of these planes, especially with the new tree coming out, a lot of new players. Like I think I need to shed some light on low tier as well. But if no one cares about that, I do want to let you know in advance that low tier like stuff takes me a lot less time to make. So don't see it as a substitute, see it as an addition. So if you don't like the low tier stuff, then just skip them. I'm still gonna upload the higher tier stuff like tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6. But I think I'm gonna sprinkle in some extra low tier videos just for some guilty pleasure of mine. If I haven't been playing low tier at all, like for the last, what, 3 years, except for like some 109E and stuff like that. But in general, I'm just, like, I've never been really interested in it. But for now, it's actually a nice, I don't get these people, why do you do that? But like, it's a nice change of pace, because I'm just, like, always jets, always fast people. Everyone is tryharding, everyone is controlling around all the time, and people have high ping and they're impossible to hit. It's just so annoying. And at low tier, like when it's 1v6, I might actually win, and I have so much fun doing that. Like, I know that these people are new, but I like receive great pleasure from shitting on the whole team on my own. And I know that these people aren't the best, and it kind of takes away from it. But you know, it's just fun from time to time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. I'm gonna do a Hunter F7 tomorrow. I still don't have footage on the G91 and the F5. So look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one.